But back to this Duckworth case. If I got 4 trained police officers, professionally trained, he got a gun, he got a nightstick, he got a ricochet mallet, and he got 3 other partners. If you can't arrest a drunk man, all of them should have been fired and thrown off that force without pay.
There was
What year was this?
What, about 10 years ago? When that Duckworth?
roughly, I can't remember.
Yeah, I say about 10 years ago.
Right out there, right down from your grandparents, right there on the corner of Longview and Bowman.
Oh,
Right in that backyard, that's where they killed him.
Oh,
Right after Duckworth, there was a police officer just retired, our age, almost our age, Wilbur Gilmore. And it wasn't no time after that, man had a shotgun drawn on him, a white guy. And he ended up getting a shotgun from the guy, by himself.
Yeah.
And it don't look good when you got guys blowing somebody away, talking about he learned that you with a knife.
Here's another one. You got a guy up down Superior with 12 bullets in him that 3 officers couldn't subdue. But yet you got a guy that walked in Swan's Cleaners with a shotgun, holding people hostage and everything, you understand? And no bullets fired at all. None.
Yeah,
Not one
that's the
bullet fired.
difference that we
That's
see,
the
you
difference
know.
that we see, you know. And you
And if it
can't,
was
you
just
know,
1 or 2, it'd be
it
different.
gives you know, cause I'm like this, you know. If I was out there selling dope, big time, like some of these guys, and I had one of them weapons like they got, you understand? Police wouldn't stand a chance he'd come at me. He better catch me, you understand, in a way, you understand, that I cannot do nothing to him. Cause he wouldn't stand a chance. 1 or 2 of them gonna leave here. I know I'm going, but they can book us all the same day. Cause I'm going down.
But it's really been bad that
Yeah.
way all for years, you know. This is just 2 of us telling these
Yeah.
stories.
And they run that one white girl that was on the police department out of town because she was telling some of the stuff that they were doing. What was her name? Jackie. What was that white girl's name?
Or that was talking too much, I forget her
Yeah.
name.
it was a long time ago, or?
Yeah, that's been about 30 years ago. But they run her up out of here because when they had cases like this come into court and everything, and she turned around and tell how it went down and everything, they got her up out of here.
In any trial or something like that, you can look, they've rehearsed real good. On mine, they didn't. They messed up on the rehearsal. They even had Louis, that owned Mansfield Restaurant at the time. He had his daughter, 14-year-old. She was a witness for them. And she got on the stand, and Reinhardt asked her a couple of questions. And then he asked her who was driving the car. She had been rehearsed on that. She couldn't even tell him who was driving, which one was driving the car. She picked the wrong one. And he didn't mess with her no more. You're 14, he just said, you're dismissed. But the jury could see. And they rehearse things like that and get it down pat and go in there. They don't care nothing about nobody going to prison for 10 years.
They had another lady up there at Malabar. A little girl drowned up there, 15 years old. And they turned around and got that woman up out of here who never even went to trial. Never even walked in a courtroom. They got her up out of here. The Ketchings girl.
It's just been some shady stuff, and you look at it, and how much can you do, you know, if you got 3 or 4 policemen saying, hey, you did that, you know. You don't stand a chance. But I had that thing happen to me myself, and man, I spent about 6 months, couldn't sleep worth a darn, and thinking I might wake up behind bars. I'm gonna go to jail. I ain't assaulted nobody. He assaulted me.
Right.
Everybody believes him when you say, I got an appointed lawyer, by the way, that Reinhardt. I had my choice. You know, I got the appointed lawyer.
How's that?
I was going up there, while I was working. Like I said, they'd fired me by then. I was going up there trying to get the, this major to give me a lie detector test, me and the guy. I went up here a couple of times. Wouldn't do it. When I went up there to prove myself indigent, I wasn't working, my house wasn't paid for, blah, blah, all that. Got up, the judge asked me a couple of questions. This guy in the back, I found out later what his name was, I didn't know. He said, "Excuse me, Your Honor," yeah. He said, "Could I talk to him outside a minute?" And the judge said, "Yeah." And I went back there, and what the heck was this guy? And he said, "You didn't do that, did you?" And I said, "No." And I'm wondering, who are you? And he said, "I was in the major's office one night. I seen you coming in there asking for a lie detector test." And I said, "Oh, you were?" And, I just wasn't even thinking about nothing. And I went back in there and gave the judge about 100 reasons why I should have a lawyer, and they let me have my choice. And that's how I ended up with the lawyer I had. He was one of the top lawyers back then, Reinhardt was.
Wow.
And that's the way that happened. I got my choice. But that guy, just believe me, they wouldn't give me a lie detector test. They give me one right now if they want to find out something else,
Right.
but not to prove no copper wrong. And stuff like that has been going on, and it's really sad,
Yeah.
Got arrested 2 more times, but he said I'd never heard of menacing till this cop charged me with it, the same one that cracked me in the head. I never heard of menacing. He said I was menacing.
That was a different charge or the same charge?
Oh, that was later, different charge altogether.
Oh, the same.
Might have been a year later. Oh, yeah, they got rid of him. They got him for arrest, like telephone harassment and everything. He was rotten. He wasn't no good. But they wouldn't admit it. When I complained against him, they said, "That's funny, ain't nobody else complained." Hey, he had a list of complaints, but they wouldn't tell me. Anyway, on that menacing charge, I said, "What is menacing anyway?" He said, you told him you'd shoot him. I said, "He's got the gun, not me." Stuff like that, But they got rid of him finally, but they let him, it was 2 or 3 things he done.
Was the police station still at the same place or?
No, the police station used to be on 2nd and Walden.
Oh, it was on the east.
Where did,
Where those new apartments are?
that's south,
Yeah.
southwest side corner. Well, it's the west side of Main Street. But where it's a big apartment building right there, up on Walnut, and
Yeah.
that's where it was. I got a list of arrests that long, and I ain't never done nothing. I got up there one time, I don't know what it was, they had me in there for. Said, "Hey, I remember walking back through there, and this cop stopped, and I'm mad because it might have been that drunk thing. When he said I was drunk, same cop. He arrested me 3 times. One time with all those charges, another time with that aggravated menacing, and the 3rd time he got me, said I was drunk because I wouldn't talk to him. We're on Walnut Street. I can't go down there because they got the street blocked. It was one way then, by Calafia, come out of there, bar. Walked down there to see what they were doing. Him and Messmore out there. He looked and seen it was me. He said, "What do you want?" I didn't say nothing. He said, "We're having trouble down here. We told everybody to move on, move on." And I took off, walking up there. And Messmore yelled, "I'm the boss, I'm the boss." Now, I know a lot of things, cops said things like this. And I turned around while walking backwards and done like that and turned back around. They said, "Hold it. You're staggering. You're under arrest for intoxication." I said, "Oh, no." We walk into jail, I remember then. We walked back there, and the cop that took me back there opened a closet and said, "Get a mattress." I said, "Get one yourself." "Get a mattress." Nobody's ever told him no. I said, "What are you gonna do, put me in jail?" I'm already in jail. You can get a mattress if you want one. I ain't spending the night. You know, I didn't. I spent the night one time, I think, 4 or 5 hours. Driver's license thing, I lost them. They were at the police station all this time, and I'm in jail for no driver's license because they didn't contact me. Buck comes down through there in the morning and said, well, no, why you get smart? Get smart. They got smart with me. I told them I had an application for a duplicate, but I don't have a driver's license. It's home in my motorcycle ditty bag. Put me in jail for no license. Boy. I found out they dismissed the charges. When they dismissed the charges, I told the one, I said, I got a court date. He said, oh, don't worry about that. That's when they found out my license was up there in Lost and Found. They called me one day. Said, we got your bill full of. They had been there.
Yeah.
Here I got arrested in Columbus on motorcycles, 4 of us. Because one guy made a U-turn. He said, hey, talking to him. We went, come back,
Were you at home?
and see what he's gonna do with the guy he was talking to.
I get back.
And we was discussing it up there, and after a while he said, well, it don't make no difference, all 4 of you going to jail. The one copy just said we were cooling it. Well, we were cooling it because we knew the cops were behind us, so we wasn't speeding enough. And they put me in jail. That's when I found out I'd lost my billfold, didn't know traffic light. And then to say that was on a Sunday, and Thursday, got me here in Mansfield. Doing nothing, just parked, talking to somebody. So a young black man, if he goes out to bars and stuff, they're gonna get you.
Yeah, gosh.
I'm gonna use the restroom for a minute there.
Yeah, sure. We were out of questions.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, so.
But we got one more story, then we can cut it out.
Okay.
Tell about the time we went to Detroit.
We went to Detroit. We were going to a party up there. And me, him, his brother, my wife, my brother, and his wife, 6 of us. And we pulled over there. My sister-in-law don't like to eat nobody's food, so we gonna stop at McDonald's up there at Monroe, Michigan. So we got off the highway, went to McDonald's, got some hamburgers, and started back to get on the highway. And I looked at this cop in this closed station, service station. I see him, a truck driver, always look in the rear view, and look back here and following us out to 75, followed us a mile or 2 up 75, pulled us over. He pulled me over for license tag bit down. He said couldn't read it. Here comes the tow truck now. Just as soon as he's stopping us. And they charged us with having 2 bottles of whiskey laying on the floor. We were taking them to the party up there. 2 bottles of whiskey. Your license tag bent down, took the car, said the car wasn't mine. And I said, whose is it? You think I stole it or something? They took us and put us all 6 in jail. And, you know, old young guy, this guy could have been a more tree too, Barney Fife type guy, you know. And they took us all to jail. And we didn't have enough to get us all out, so we had to, my sister's brother-in-law come from Detroit and bring us money. He said, oh, I didn't know you needed $600. And we need $600 to get us all out. We had some money. And so we got out, now we ain't got no transportation, so now they gotta shuttle us to Detroit. And then we went back on that Monday. And by the end, when we went back on Monday, we stopped at the lawyer's office and he said, talk to the sheriff, he's a good guy. And we found out that the guy, we were supposed to be in court, you know. And he said, well, you can go get your car. And I said, well, no, I gotta go into court. You went down there with me, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I said, well, he's got to be in court too. So you can go with him and let us all go forget about court, in other words. They're breaking our pardon, in other words. I got down there to get my car. The license tag was really bent when I looked at the car. They'd been it since it's been impounded. And I didn't have to prove that it was my car either. And they said it wasn't before. And I got ready for what the guy, what I owed was the towing bill. Oh, you don't know nothing, you don't know nothing. Now, we could have got that cop. That cop,
Well, that prosecuting attorney told us that, what was
that lawyer we should talk to,
that wasn't a lawyer, he was part of the court system. In the same building there, when he said you got to get him for,
yeah, he said we could sue.
he said,
He said you can get about 1,500 a piece out of it
Yeah.
if you push it.
if you push it, he said, because they had no business stopping you for nothing.
It was all 6 of us in jail. I said, this
Ladies,
guy-
with ladies and all. Nobody never been to jail.
So, yeah, my wife and my sister-in-law now, I bring it up every now and then. You guys been to jail. You just put us all in jail. And this guy, he was just happy to have us all. Figure, yeah, they gotta be doing something wrong. Yeah, I've been through
He
it.
told you that this car been stolen. This not your car.
Unbelievable.
So you guys got through it,
That's all we had. You guys, we filled up 2 tapes.
huh? Pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We can't thank you guys enough for coming down and sharing
Okay.
these stories with us. We really appreciate it.
My wife called, I gotta go sign my income.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you got to take care of that.
Yeah, for sure. So.